everybody. I'm Jim Ross along with Magnum TA, and welcome to the studios of Superstation TBS for World Championship Wrestling. Fans, we've got a great 2 hours for you here today, and Magnum's going to be highlighted by a television championship match. Mike Rotuna's got his money and his belt on the line today.
That's right. You know, a lot of people talk about what they're going to do, but he's got a put-up or shut-up situation. $10,000 on the line in that very prestigious World Television title.
Fans, plus you're going to see the first family of wrestling. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, of course, with Missy Hyatt and Rick Steiner. You'll also see the Samoan SWAT team in action with Paul E. Dangerously. Ranger Ross will make his wrestling debut here on the Superstation in the next 2 hours. Plus, you'll see a special segment of the Danger Zone. The Iron Sheik is here. We will also see the Stinger in action. We've talked about the television championship matchup. Plus, there will be a big six-man tag team event. The Junkyard Dog, Dick Murdoch, and Steve Casey in six-man tag team action. The Varsity Club will be here, Dr. S.D. Williams and Dangerous Dan Spivey. And Gary Hart will introduce a new member of the Gary Hart entourage. As a matter of fact, they're on their way here now. So, fans, it should be a tremendous hour. Plus, we're going to show you a big tag team event. The Wyndhams versus Lex Luger and Michael Hayes a little later in the hour as well. All right, Gary, this man is an individual that we have heard very little about other than he is a very dangerous weapon.
I think it's only proper that the Honorable Matsuda gives the introduction to the American public of what he's brought from Japan to conquer the bigoted, prejudiced National Wrestling Alliance. Please,
Mr. Hart, this is the man you are looking for a long time. He's a man expert of the karate and the judo and martial arts. So I like to represent you because you are best manager in the country and the world. Your reputation was very well.
Well, you know, I have a great deal of respect for the people from the Rising Sun. The most honorable, the most well-trained, the greatest athletes in the world you and I know come from Japan. We all know that the yen is #1. The dollar is #2.
As you know, Japanese corporation buying American real estate. I know very well more than 60 companies in Atlanta area. Very soon, Japanese will own Atlanta.
And the great Boto will own the wrestling business. As you said, he is a master of all the martial arts. Most people only know Kung Fu. He knows them all. He is the most unique, the most devastating, the most dangerous individual that I have had in my charge for quite some time, thanks to the Honorable Mr. Matsu.
I think combination of Japanese investment with your knowledge, I think we can conquer the NWA wrestling wars.
I give you my personal guarantee. And once the people of America have an opportunity to see the versatility of this young man, they are going to be in absolute awe. I give you my personal guarantee. Don't turn off your set today, because if you want to see the greatest import that the Orient has ever sent, the greatest wrestler from Japan, watch it and believe it.
Because our quality. We work for quality.
All right, the great Muta will be debuting here, ladies and gentlemen, in the next 2 hours here on the Superstation. But right now, we're ready for tag team action. Wrestling's first family will be making their way to the ring in just a moment. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, along with Rick Steiner and the beautiful Missy Hyatt, making their way to the ring here in just a few moments. Well, Magnum, that's quite an announcement from Gary Hart and Mr. Matsuda.
Announcement. I'm really looking forward to seeing just what kind of athlete this man is, because they made some money bold statements.
They certainly did. They certainly did. We will see him in action a little bit later in the program, but right now, a tag team in the ring that I am extremely high on. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Rick Steiner, their opponents, the Masked Man, the Enforcer, and Max McGyver. Teddy Long is your referee for this event. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert will start it out, ladies and gentlemen, against the Enforcer. Collar and elbow tie-up. Wrestling for position, and Teddy Long calls for a clean break. He gets it from Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. He's really a thinking man's wrestler, the thinking fans wrestler as well. Gilbert is so technically sound. He's got the great competitive spirit. And with the brawn of Rick Steiner, this is a tag team, in my opinion, will go a long, long way. And the enforcer pulled the hair out of the overhand wrist lock. He comes to us also, Magnum, with a tremendous reputation, the Masked Man.
Well, he's certainly not shy about getting a handful of hair. Eddie Gilbert's trying to wrestle his way out of this situation, but this man's taking a few shortcuts on it.
We want to sell over to the people in the city of brotherly love, all the great wrestling fans in Philadelphia, where the NWA will be tonight at 8 o'clock. And the enforcer went to the well. It was dry there as Gilbert used his quickness and now his brawn to combat the Masked Man. Sends him for the ride. Nice elbow. There's beautiful Missy Hyatt there. And she's dressed in splendid attire here today. And there's the man of the hour, so to speak. Rick Steiner waist-locking Max McGyver, taking him down in an amateur-like move.
He always looks like he's having a good time to me.
Well, he's in there laughing and enjoying himself. I don't know, it's awfully hard for him to stay focused, I would say. I've said that on many occasions. He is indeed a wrestling machine. I've often wondered if it wasn't for professional wrestling, what Rick Steiner would be doing. He doesn't have to worry about that, but it is thought-provoking somewhat. Oh, that's not thought-provoking. That's action.
And Jim, that's not something he spent hours and hours practicing. That's something that's coming natural to him. I mean, he just reacts to a situation in the ring. It's not anything pre-thought.
He tagged in his mentor, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Eddie and Missy have really taken Steiner in, literally, taking care of him. I'm glad someone is really taking care of him other than the Kevin Sullivan regime. Nice fireman carry takeover by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert into the armbar. Don't forget, fans, tomorrow afternoon, the NWA will be in Greenwood, South Carolina. Another big event also tomorrow afternoon in Salisbury, Maryland. But we have been told that there are a few great seats still available for tonight's big event in Philadelphia. That is really a who's who of wrestling cards in Philadelphia tonight at 8 o'clock.
So Eddie's really doing a good job of neutralizing the size advantage of Max McGyver. He's kept him off his feet. He's kept a lot of pressure on that arm bar, and he's really dictated the tempo thus far.
Max McGyver is an outstanding college athlete, Middle Tennessee State, outstanding football player, great background. And Eddie Gilbert, as Magnum pointed out, is neutralizing the size advantage that McGyver has, using his legs and that hammerlock. That's a painful maneuver right there.
Well, it's all a matter of pressure, and he's keeping the man face down on the mat. He can't get back to his base. He can't get back to his feet, and he's really just doing what he wants to with it.
Fans will be bringing a big event from the Omni. Barry and Kendall Windham meeting Lex Luger and Michael Hayes. That will be on this program. And Steiner tags in, big right hand. I'll tell you something, this is potentially one of the great teams in 1989 that we're going to keep a special eye out for. Rick Steiner and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Big right hand by Steiner, the former All-American from Michigan, really opening up here. Belly-to-belly suplex. Nowhere to go for McGyver, but down. 1, 2, 3. And Steiner and Gilbert continue their winning ways here in the National Wrestling Alliance. And we'll take another look at it in slow motion.
Jim Ross, you talk about having the equalizing factor in your corner. That's what Rick Steiner is. He locks it in deep. He's got both hands locked behind his opponent's back and sinks it in, drives it home. That is a pretty suplex that you can see.
Ladies and gentlemen, we come back. Magnum P will talk to the singer. We'll see the Samoan SWAT team in action. But first, here's a message from the hottest number in wrestling.